Welcome back to Final Fantasy 15. Or, I mean, Final Fantasy 16. Oops. Today, we're just gonna fuck around with some side quests. Let's actually start by doing this one, which this one has the plus icon. We got one of these when we were reunited with our Chocobo friend. So this
There are new billets.
probably is a special side quest as well.
Not enough swords to see to them.
It obviously is going to deal with the blacksmith here. Because the quest is called Blacksmith Blues.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what'd you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Clive! You off then?
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Oh shit, I forgot this was a
Ever the chance.
escalating plot by talking to her.
What will it be
Fuck.
today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm.
Dude, this same theme was in Final Fantasy Type 0.
Pragmatic approach to state religion employed
Might not be exactly the same.
to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the mother crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's breath, and plucked it from the duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island. And with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drastanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Ah, my favorite pupil. What is it that you wish to learn? One must understand one's place in the world. Very good.
Typical nobles, cowering behind their walls rather than joining them.
Maeve over there's the best thing to happen to the hideaway since well, ever. she's got a smile like sunshine, and she can pull an ale like no other.
I didn't take you for a scholarly van.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Nothing but unwanted violets will do, if I'm to resurrect this stew. As to what they might be, as you say, that is a question for a butcher.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
He's not a monster. He's Torgal. And he'd take a liking to you too if you gave him as many nuts as Nan does.
Long time no see, Clive. What are you doing? You meant to talk to him, not me.
Against the gloom of bygone days, of flame take flight.
Is it business or pleasure? Go on then. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are you?
Yeah, and there you see Torgal in the back of her shop.
First August, and now you. What you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now, every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
All right. We're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
So, we find a cuirass, give it to Blackthorn, then he works out how to make it and goes back to being his surly old self, right? Simple.
Monster's taken quite a liking to Lady
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned
Karen.
he'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft.
Coolest Karen around.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. That's all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe? Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the bloody dust.
An apple a day. Lad from the yard ran up a basket of martels just this morning. Sweet as honey and crisp as the morning breeze they were. I told myself I was only going to have one, but I reckon if no one else listens to old Otto, I don't have to either. You let Nigel and his lot know they've done a fine job. Was a time you'd catch none but Sid supping on these. What for their foul bite, but for him, it never were about the flavor, but about what they represented, our ability to make it on our own. And look at us now. Sid would be proud. Otto. Flame, none brighter. My Lord Marcus, I ask once again for you to forgive my men for your welcome back at the Lazarus. But certainly you can understand that you were the last person any of us were expecting to see at our gates. In the short time since our reunion, you have shown yourself to be the self-same man I followed into Stillwyn those many years ago, a true bearer of your father's legacy. If only Sir Tyler, the Lord Commander, and all the others who were lost that night were still with us to see how bright your flame now burns. To you and your cause, I hereby pledge the swords of the Guardians, and I am proud to stand alongside you once again. Wait, I bet Tyler still is alive. Some way, somehow, somewhere. And if he's not, we're going to hear about him again. Because the game's not going to update Wade like that and not update Tyler. And at least show that he's dead. Or at least not show that he's dead, if he is dead. If nothing else, I think the game's gonna state, like, that we did in fact lose Tyler that night. and then in the whatever he'll be updated as dead, but I think he's still alive. All quiet in the Dominion. The Dalmex and the Imperials are at a standoff. They snarl at each other, fangs bared like slum curs, but neither wants to make the first move. It's almost as if they both realize that a stinking pile of chocobo shit they've stepped in. If I were a man to lay wager, I put my copper on this conflict not playing out anytime soon. I shall keep you apprised. Gav.
It's bad without all the dust.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Did you come to borrow a book, Sid? Because you can't have this one till we've finished.
My knowledge is yours. I have a few new notes that might interest you. What subject shall we consider today?
So close to leveling up. Nectar is finally added here, as he should be. The Hideaway's resident Moogle, from whom Sid found trapped between fallen ruins and brought back to his deadland home, while all others hear its words as naught but a succession of adorable Koopa-like cries, Clive is somehow able to make sense of them, learning that the creature professes to be a mighty hero who would see the terrible fiends that plague the realm laid low, for which purpose it persists in drawing Clive's attention in the hunt board.
you learn everything you needed?
Did you come to borrow a book, Sid? Because you can't have this one till we've finished.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
If that level worker's even half the craftsman Blackthorn says, someone's bound to have heard of him. I'll do a bit of poking around, see if I can't find something out. Good luck in Sandbreck, and watch out for that griffin. They're nasty.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the bloody dust.
Back, are ya? I always thought I could teach the best of them a thing or two about working with leather. But... oh, I've wasted enough breath talking about it. Be off with you. So, what'll it be? Anything else?
It would have been funny if I didn't get him to make anything. He would have been like, oh yeah, why would you want me, a scrub, to make something for you? I understand.
Sing a song of six, gilt a bag of phoenix down. A pigeon from the rear deck, boiled in Molly's brown. Sing a song of six, gilt a bag of phoenix down. A pigeon from the rear deck, boiled in Molly's brown.
That kid really wants to eat that bird, I think.
Sing a song of six, gilt a bag of phoenix down. A pigeon from
No, I think he just has a sick sense of humor.
It's not the...
This tongue here pulls the black from the lake water and renders it pure. You'll have to ask Mid if you want to know how it works, though.
Flowers can bring succor, and they can bring death. It all depends on the flower. Which is why you shouldn't go eating them unless you know what you're doing.
Could this place be any more confusing? I'm lost half of the time.
Little Shirley has grown into a fine woman. She's taught me that none of us are too old to learn.
Did you even read it? I filled the whole page, just like you said.
I said fill it with words, not scribblings of Moogles.
Young Mid wouldn't want us snooping down there. She calls it her dungeon to scare the children away. Young Mid wouldn't want us snooping down there. She calls it her dungeon to scare the children away.
Mid is a chick in this game.
Sid.
Interesting. I wonder if Mid is related to Sid in this game, or is it just simply
feels like it's on fire?
An unrelated character.
Maybe Tyre has a balm for that. Or if not, a scalpel.
The water in the lake is far too foul for drinking. Fortunately, our friends in the backyard have solved the riddle of how to draw the black from it.
Zora.
The water in the lake is far too foul for drinking. Fortunately, our friends in the backyard have solved the riddle of how to draw the black from it.
Sid! I hear you're planning to visit another Mother Crystal. How, did I hear you ask? Some habits die hard, I suppose. But you needn't worry. We're all on the same side now.
There's many a man and maid who'd gladly welcome young Cole down there to their beds. Me? I only have eyes for goat. Now, there's a man I could get behind, though I'd rather have him behind me.
Ooh, God. Getting too detailed here.
That book.
Goat is a lucky man. He's the goat.
A journey by sea can be just as dangerous as one over land. Make sure you've plenty of pickled greens on hand, or you'll be bleeding from your gums before the iron blood have swung a club in earnest.
Did I hear you say they were hoping to hunt down a griffin, Kubo? They do have a billion Kubo, especially the horrible one local called the Daws in my ear. Oh wait, I was reading that fast because I was thinking it was going to be text that went away after a little while, but no, I can hit the X button. Ah. It is a rank B. Alright, I'll get ready to do all the hunts here in a second.
I thought Drake's head might be the last crystal we ever cracked. But I'm glad I was wrong.
Alright, I think how I'm gonna do this is I'll do this quest first.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here.
Can't exactly leave old Martha in the lurch after everything she's done for us.
About the price of them turnips.
Perhaps I'd live longer if I bade this town farewell. But I've grown rather fond of the old place.
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up. Hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer. When there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 Reeds would be your best bet, if memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
You'll find your scorpions in the swamps below the rest. Just take the tails, mind. It's the only part worth eating.
Stay sharp. We don't know when those bastards will be back.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against. Better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did indeed.
Marvellous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long. I present Chance's stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm, not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss.
Well, he's just so readily doing this.
Odin's teeth. What the salt on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you, Sid. Thank you.
You're, welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
Awesome. That seemed useful.
Well, that was certainly not what I expected. I wonder what other surprises await me on my pilgrimage.
That's a huge increase right there. Fuck.
Did you come to borrow a book, Sid? Because you can't have this.
How good it is to see you, Clive. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. You wish to study the tomes? Did you learn everything you needed? My knowledge is yours. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Alright. Goat. You need to take advantage of your situation, dude. This Cole guy seems to be the big hotshot around here.
door to the shelves shall ever be open.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Alright, well, anyway, I think I'm gonna end this one here. Until next